I am sent with a message that is not ordinary, and you need to hear this carefully. There is a reason your heart has been restless, a reason certain moments in recent days have felt strangely heavy, and a reason you keep sensing that something is coming before you can fully name it. Archangel Michael says that a shocking truth about your future is about to be revealed, and this is not a message for the casual listener. Stop for a moment and pay attention, because what has been hidden is not being hidden forever. Heaven has allowed the silence, the delay, even the confusion, because pieces had to be placed in the right order. And now, at the appointed hour, the seal is beginning to break. Type Amen if you know God has been working even while you could not see it. You may have thought the last season was only about loss, uncertainty, or waiting, but there was more happening than you realize. Every closed door, every unanswered prayer, every strange interruption was not random. It was positioning. It was lining up a revelation that would not have made sense earlier. Something in your future has already been decided in the unseen realm, and the reason you were pressed, stretched, and even misunderstood is because heaven was preparing you for the weight of what is next. Do not skip this message, because the next revelation changes everything. What looks like delay may have been protection. What looked like rejection may have been redirection. And what looked like silence may have been the sound of a scroll waiting to be opened. There is a hidden conversation that has already taken place concerning your life. You do not know the names being spoken, but heaven knows them. A door you assumed was permanently closed has not been erased from your story. In fact, something is moving behind that door right now. The timing has been under divine restraint, and that is why certain people could not explain your journey, and why even you have struggled to understand your own path. But listen closely, because this is important. The truth about your future is not that you are behind, and it is not that God forgot you. The truth is that your next chapter is larger than your current language. Comment still standing if you have not given up, even when the road felt silent. Archangel Michael stands as a guardian over the line between fear and fulfillment, and he says there are forces that have tried to keep your attention fixed on what is limited instead of what is possible. You have been tested in your mind more than in your circumstances. Doubt has whispered that your best days are already behind you. Exhaustion has argued that the dream is too far away. But there is another truth being revealed now. Heaven does not measure your future by your present fatigue. The struggle was never proof of absence. It was proof that something significant was being defended. Keep reading carefully, because this is where the message deepens. The thing you have been asking for may arrive in a form you did not expect. There have been moments when you felt an invisible hand slowing you down, and you wondered whether you had missed your chance. But the mountain you were staring at was not a wall. It was a vantage point. From the top, the view changes. From the top you can see what the valley concealed. Tonight, spiritual sight is being restored, and the fog that surrounded your decisions is beginning to lift. You are about to recognize why certain relationships shifted, why an opportunity fell through, and why a plan you cherished did not unfold the way you imagined. The answer is not simple, but it is good. The answer is that heaven was preserving a better path. Type 1 believe if you are ready to trust the unseen, before it becomes visible. What makes this revelation shocking is not merely that something good is coming. It is that the good coming toward you has been kept from you for your protection until now. There were details you were not ready to carry. There were doors you would have entered too early. There were voices you would have trusted too quickly. There were places you would have settled in because they looked like blessing, when in reality they were only smaller versions of what was written for you. Do not ignore this part. The future being revealed is connected to a divine assignment, and if you had seen the full picture earlier, fear might have tried to make you shrink back. But now the season is different. Now your spirit is stronger. Now the foundations are ready. Comment ready if you know God prepares before He promotes. There is something specific in your future that has been silently approaching, like dawn gathering behind distant mountains before the first line of light appears. You have not seen the sun rise yet, but it is nearer than it feels. The darkness of the night has convinced many that nothing is changing, but heaven does not work on the clock of despair. The appointed hour is not late, it is exact, and when the moment arrives, a chain of events will begin unfolding so quickly that you will look back and realize the waiting was never wasted. One open gate will lead to another, and then another, until you stand in a place you once only imagined. This is not fantasy. This is prophetic timing. Type 777 if you sense a divine pattern in what has been happening. Before we continue, I feel led to share something with you. Over the years, thousands of people have reached out asking for powerful prayers they could pray during difficult seasons of life. That's why I put together a collection of some of the most powerful faith-building prayers I know. These prayers have helped people find peace during anxiety, strength during hardship, and hope when they felt like giving up. The best part is that I decided to make it completely free. If you would like a copy, simply check the link in the description and I'll send it to you. Do not wait until another difficult season arrives. Take it now while it's available and keep it close for the days ahead. Now, there is something else you need to know. You may be surprised to learn that part of the truth about your future involves recognition. Not only will something open for you, but you will be seen in a way that changes the atmosphere around you. Hidden work will come into the light. Private faithfulness will be noticed. What you did when nobody applauded is not forgotten in heaven. There are records kept above that men cannot edit below, and your name is not missing from them. That is why the delay felt so intense. The breakthrough was never simply about movement, but about proper placement. There is a difference between a door opening and a door opening at the right time. Your future depends on the second, and the right time is now beginning to speak. Comment "God is working" if you believe your unseen obedience matters. Do not let self-doubt narrate your next chapter. That voice has tried to reduce your destiny to your current emotions, but heaven speaks higher than feelings. You are not what fear says you are. You are not the sum of your setbacks. You are not disqualified because the road has been long. The shocking truth is that the very places where you thought the enemy had marked you for limitation are the places where God plans to reveal expansion. There is a hidden treasure map in your journey, and the markings were never meant to make sense too early. Every detour, every closed path, every moment of confusion has been aligning you with a route only heaven could design. Stay with this message, because another piece of the puzzle is about to appear. There is also an unexpected calling attached to this revelation. What is coming is not only for your comfort, it is for your purpose. You have been asking for clarity, and clarity is coming, but it may arrive with responsibility you did not anticipate. This is why some old seasons had to end. They could not contain the weight of what you are stepping into next. A new assignment is unfolding, one that will require courage, discernment, and a heart willing to follow, even when the road seems unfamiliar. The shock will not be that God has a plan. The shock will be how precise the plan has always been. So remain until the end, because the revelation is not just about what you will receive, but who you are becoming in the receiving. Type "chosen" if you know your life has never been ordinary. There is a reason certain memories keep resurfacing, especially the ones that hurt. Heaven is not tormenting you with the past. It is showing you where the old cycle ends. Those painful chapters are being transformed into evidence. Evidence that you survived. Evidence that you learned. Evidence that you are ready for something more stable, more aligned, and more powerful than what once broke your heart. The future being revealed is not built on old wounds. It is built on healing. A promise that once felt distant is drawing nearer, and with it comes restoration that will surprise even you. But do not move too quickly past the mystery, because healing will not be the only thing arriving. There is a hidden blessing woven into the same moment. Comment "I receive" if you are willing to welcome what heaven has prepared. Archangel Michael says that protection has been active around you in ways you did not notice. Some of the doors that stayed closed were not punishment. They were shields. Some delays were not denials. They were divine barricades keeping you from paths that would have exhausted you, diminished you, or diverted your calling. You were surrounded more than you knew. And while you were wrestling with confusion, unseen help was standing watch. That is why the battle often felt close, but never fully broke through. The storm made noise, but it did not get the final word. There is a shield over your next step, and the attack that tried to bury your confidence will not survive the revelation that is coming. Type "protected" if you have felt God preserving you through what you cannot explain. The future being revealed is not small, and that is part of why the resistance has been so intense. Small destinies rarely draw this much opposition. But when a life carries a larger assignment, the pressure rises. You may have mistaken the pressure for a sign to retreat, when in fact it was a sign that your breakthrough was closer than expected. There is a difference between a dead end and a threshold. You have been standing at a threshold. The gates are unlocking one after another, and the sequence matters. First comes clarity, then courage, then movement, and finally manifestation. If you try to force the order, you will miss the peace of the process. Stay steady. The next few moments in your life may unfold faster than the last few years. Comment "My time is coming" if you feel the shift beginning. There is a truth about your future that has remained hidden, because it would have sounded too unbelievable in an earlier season. But the reason it sounds shocking now is because your spirit has been prepared to hear it. What you thought was merely survival has actually been training. What you thought was just endurance has been strengthening. And what you thought was an ordinary waiting season has been a chamber where heaven was shaping your capacity for a larger room. You are being readied for a setting where your voice, your wisdom, and your presence will matter. This is why isolation could not kill you. It was forming your backbone. This is why rejection could not erase you. It was refining your vision. Another revelation is coming, and it involves a door you thought belonged to someone else. Listen carefully, because this is one of the hidden clues you needed. Someone has been discussing your name in a room you have not entered yet. The conversation is not over, and the decision is not what you assumed. There has been movement around your future that your eyes could not track, but heaven has already marked the turning point. What seemed delayed is now being accelerated in the unseen realm. An answer is closer than expected, and when it arrives, it will connect to a chain of events that proves your prayers were never forgotten. Do not let fear interrupt this moment. Something unexpected is approaching, and it will reveal that God was arranging far more than one opportunity. Type "faith" if you are ready to trust the hidden arrangement. Many people watching this message have been carrying burdens they never talk about. If that sounds like you, I want to give you something special. I created a free prayer guide filled with powerful prayers for protection, breakthrough, peace, healing, and strength. Thousands of believers have already downloaded it and shared how much it encouraged them during difficult moments. There is absolutely no cost. I simply wanted to place this resource into the hands of people who need it most. If you feel led, go to the description and claim your free copy before continuing. One prayer prayed at the right moment can change more than you realize. Now listen carefully, because the next part of this message is important. You may feel that your life has been a series of unfinished sentences, but heaven is not speaking in fragments. The full paragraph is still being written. The reason certain people left is because they could not carry the weight of the chapter you are entering. The reason some plans collapsed was because they belonged to a smaller story. And the reason you have felt a holy dissatisfaction with the familiar is because your spirit knows you were made for more. This is not pride. This is remembrance. Your soul remembers a promise your circumstances have not yet caught up with. That promise is moving toward you through pathways you could not have constructed on your own. Before long, the evidence will begin to appear, and when it does, the confusion will make sense in reverse. Type yes, Lord, if you are ready for heaven's timing over your own. There are moments when the enemy tries to convince you that nothing is happening because you cannot yet see the result. But unseen is not unchanged. Beneath the surface, roots are deepening. Beneath the silence, foundations are being laid. Beneath the questions, answers are gathering. The shocking truth about your future is that it has been under construction even while you were grieving. Heaven is not only restoring what was lost, it is preparing a version of your life that carries more depth, more favor, and more peace than the one you tried to protect by your own strength. You are not losing time. You are being aligned, and alignment is often quieter than people expect. Comment blessed if you know quiet seasons can still be holy seasons. There is another layer to this revelation, and it concerns an opportunity that will arrive with both promise and testing. Not everything that shines will be for you, and not every open door will remain open if you rush ahead without discernment. That is why Michael's message includes warning as well as encouragement. The future is bright, but it must be entered with wisdom. You will need to recognize the difference between a distraction and a destiny assignment. One path will feed your ego, another will feed your calling. One will be loud, the other will be led by peace. Keep watching because the clue is in how your spirit responds. Before this season ends, you will know which door is yours without needing to force it. Comment I trust God if you are ready to move by peace, not pressure. What happens next is important because the revelation is not only external, it is also internal. Something in you is changing right now. The old need to control everything is loosening. The old fear of not being enough is losing its voice. And the old habit of measuring your future by past pain is being broken. This is the hidden victory few people notice at first. When the soul becomes steady, the path becomes clearer. You are stepping into a stronger inward posture, and that is what will allow the outward blessing to stay. The promise is not fragile. You are being made ready to hold it. That is why the process has been so specific, so targeted, so persistent. Comment still standing again if you feel this message speaking to your exact season. And now the atmosphere changes. The scroll is opening wider. The light is growing brighter. The mountains in the distance are no longer only silhouettes. You can begin to see the outline of what waits beyond them. This is the part where many people would tell you to be cautious, but heaven is inviting you to be expectant. There is a breakthrough approaching that exceeds what you anticipated, and it will touch more than one area of your life. One door will open, and then a second blessing will confirm the first. A conversation will begin, and then an unexpected favor will secure what you could not secure alone. The sequence will feel too coordinated to be coincidence, because it is. Type 333 if you believe heaven can arrange details that humans cannot. Do not underestimate the power of divine timing in your story. You may have thought you were simply waiting for something to happen, but heaven was waiting for you to become ready to see it. That is why the same event that once would have overwhelmed you now feels almost inevitable. Your faith has matured. Your perspective has widened. Your endurance has deepened. And now the truth about your future can be revealed without crushing you. It will not destroy you. It will delight you. It will not expose your weakness. It will expose God's faithfulness. It will not trap you in fear. It will launch you into purpose. Keep listening, because the final part of this message carries the emotional payoff you have been waiting for. Archangel Michael says that you are being led to a moment of recognition that will feel like a holy turning of the page. The old chapter is closing, not with failure, but with completion. The new chapter opens with clarity, assignment, and a blessing that has your fingerprints all over it. You will know it when it comes, because your spirit will recognize the peace even before your mind can explain it. The truth about your future is that it is not empty. It is full of movement, meaning, and unexpected grace. And the thing you feared most, the thing you kept circling in prayer, is not the end of your story. It is the doorway to it. Comment ready one last time if you feel the door beginning to unlock. So stay until the end of your own waiting. Do not leave the place of faith too soon. Do not cancel what heaven is confirming. Something significant is approaching, and it reached you for a reason. The hidden scroll is opening. The dawn is breaking. The gates are yielding, and the shocking truth about your future is this. God has already been ahead of you, preparing what your heart has longed for, even in the moments you thought you were overlooked. You are not forgotten, you are not late, you are not finished. Heaven has kept this for the right moment, and that moment is near. Type 1 receive if you are ready to step into what has been waiting for you all along. Before you leave, remember that my free prayer collection is waiting for you in the description below. Thousands of people have already downloaded it and used these prayers during seasons of anxiety, uncertainty, spiritual battles, and breakthrough. I made it completely free because I want every believer to have access to powerful prayers when they need them most. And if this message spoke to your heart, subscribe to the channel, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and leave your prayer request in the comments so this community can stand with you in faith. May God bless you, strengthen you, and guide every step ahead.